私はやるよ。あんたが海賊だって言うからいけないんだよ。私の友達なら海賊は諦めて。
What's going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So today we're going to be looking at the brand new Legend Uta that I was lucky enough to pull on part 1 of the Uta Birthday Celebratory Sugo Fest. Now, when we first broke down what this character did, my initial reaction to the character is kind of like, why? Why does this character even exist? It's such a weird unit. But after using the character, I can see some application for this unit. Very fascinating. I think that this character is going to be a nice unit to have for, you know, typical event content, but I don't think this is going to be one of those units that you whip out for like a Super Boss Kizuna, for example, and that goes with most shooter characters in general, and that's the focus that I tried to go with today, mainly with shooters. When we go to the arena content, you guys will be seeing that, but of course we have the PKA versus Shanks. This is level 80 to 99, and then we also have a GARP challenge, because I wanted to see how fast Sai could actually clear one of the GARP challenges, and you guys will see we get through it pretty comfortably. But let's actually talk about this unit in general, give my thoughts and opinions after using the character, not on initial launch. So, her captain ability will give Sai Free Spirit Shooter 1.3 health, 5.25 attack, 5.5 if they specifically have a Sai or a tandem slot, as well as making their own tandem slots have matching slot effects and making them appear more often. And I must say that the increased chance of tandem slots, like, it seems like it's kind of there. I wouldn't say it's always going to appear, but the rates are slightly bumped. And then the really cool thing is that she does resist 10 turns of despair, so utility is always nice to have as a captain, and she also allows you to overheal. I just wish that there was cooldown in her captain. If she had like -1 to 2 cooldown in her kit, then this would be just about a perfect captain, honestly. It's got just about everything you want. It's got health, it's got good attack multipliers, matching slots, make them appear more often, it's got utility, overhealing, like it's got a lot of good stuff here. But it is kind of bland because it doesn't really do a lot, but it just provides good things to your crew. It's just a solid captain, right? You move on to the fact that she can use her super type as a captain, and her super type is pretty interesting. In order to launch it though, you do need 2 listed characters, and that's the biggest drawback with this character, is that team building can be a bit of a problem, and especially if you want to build for teams that utilize Gear 5 Luffy still, and you have to build for his EX Super, which is very difficult to do, as you need like 3 Straw Hats, Yamato, Law, Kid, Momo, etc. When this character, Uta, requires a Luffy, which is easy, but then you got Shanks, Beckman, Lucky, Roo, Yasop, Howling Gab, Building Snake, Bonk, Punch, Monster, Hongo, Gordon. The list of these characters, you know, the Redhead Pirates, there's not a lot of them in the game, and then you got Gordon, not a lot of characters of him in the game, so that's the biggest issue that I could see being with this unit. Now, her super type special is very good though, so despite it being hard to activate, or just annoying to activate, the condition or the effect that you get from it is amazing, as it allows you to cancel swapping of captain effects, as well as going ahead and reducing her own special bind by 6 turns, which works very well with her special. We'll talk about all of that in a moment. And then she also delays all enemies by 1 turn, ignoring immunity to delay or status effects, as well as just providing a 15,000 heal as well. So do be cautious if you have a healing, an anti-healing debuff, that, you know, if you actually heal and then you take damage instead, that this can actually kind of kill you, so you have to be careful about that. But it is a bit of a niche debuff in general, but still having an effect to you know, synergize well with her special, but also having the delay through all immunity, which you can use in an offensive and a defensive manner, which is incredibly strong. So for a normal legend to have a super type effect that is as strong as this is kind of surprising, and I do think because of how powerful this super type effect is, this is going to be a character that we'll see a fair amount of play moving forward. Now we look at the most dense part of this character, which is that incredibly long special. So the first thing that you get when you launch Uta's special is that it changes block into tandem, or her own slot including block into tandem, and then puts it in a slot change impossible until you hit a perfect. This is a bit of a problem in my eyes. I do like the fact that she gives herself tandem and locks it in a slot change impossible, but why make it a perfect one? Like, it should be a good or a great slot change impossible, especially because if you want her to synergize with Ben Beckman and Lucky Roo, who want you to hit perfects as much as you possibly can, it makes it hard to keep that slot for lots of content moving forward. So that's kind of annoying. That's the only real gripe I have with that part of the special. Furthermore, though, you have the crazy effect of allowing her to switch into the captain position for 5 turns. So that's very unique. I believe she is the only character in the game that can do that. So, of course, you have that which synergizes with that super type, because her super type allows you to cancel captain swapping effects. So it's cool. You can make her become the captain. You can use her super type, make her become a sub again, just in case if you have a captain that is already incredibly strong. So you get access to that. But then the crazy part here is the turn progress activated effect, which is the same named special as what the original Super Sugo Fest exclusive Uta does. So what it means is that if you launch this character special and then you launch the Super Sugo Uta special, you will actually get a different effect. So you have to be very cautious if you end up synergizing those two characters together, and you can do that because the Super Evolution version, the Quick Super Evolved Uta, is a shooter focused unit. So you can actually focus that unit within this unit as well and run a shooter team in that manner. But what you get when you activate the special, as soon as you launch the special, it's going to go ahead and remove 6 turns of special bind. And then it's also going to give your Psy, Free Spirit, and Shooter 2.5 times attack for 1 turn. So that's all well and good. However, the actual stating of the special bind removal actually occurs every single turn that the turn progress effect procs. So you can have it launch on turn 1, remove special bind, the second turn, remove special bind again, and then on the third turn, it will remove it once more. So that's a really powerful effect that she gets access to. So what happens is turn 1, as we said, you get that 2.5 attack, but then on turn 2, it's going to give your Psy, Free Spirit, and Shooter 2.75 times attack, but it lasts for 3 turns, as well as providing a 2 times conditional boost against delayed enemies for 3 turns. So once again, great synergy with that super type special. You can use her special, become the captain, and you know, on that next turn, you'll get a conditional boost and an attack boost lasting for multiple turns. And you can access that super type to get a guaranteed delay. So that's cool. You get that massive attack boost and massive, well, not a massive conditional boost, but it's a conditional boost that is self-proccing that goes through immunity. It's a very good effect that she gets access to. But then on the third turn of turn progress activated effect, she will go ahead and buff the multiplier of attack boosts and conditional boosts by 0.25, making it a 3 times attack boost and a 2.25 conditional boost. And it says that if you have the effect removed from the enemy, so that can happen, you know, you have the turn progress activated effect launched, and you move on to a new stage and the enemy removes your beneficial effects. Well, what happens is even if your beneficial effects are removed, she is still going to give you a 2.75 times attack boost. So that's nice. I like that they have that because, you know, the developers understand that this effect lasts for a while and the enemy can simply remove it. So I like the fact that there is some type of benefit even if it is removed from the enemy. But then it goes on to say that if you already have turn progress effect activated when you launch Uta's special, you get the effect of a 2.75 chain boundary for 3 turns. And this works really well as you can synergize this with the other Super Sugo Uta, or if you have another copy of this Uta already on your squad, potentially as a friend captain, then you can have the conditional boost, attack boost, and a chain boundary. So yeah, the special is going to be a really nice special to use a lot moving forward in the future. And then finally, before we wrap up the video, her Super Tandem, which is a very disappointing component. The same characters are required to activate it as her Super Type special, so you do need 2 other units in order to do it. And the Tandem attack boost is only a 2 times boost to Psy, Free Spirit, and Shooters, and makes all type slots beneficial for 1 turn. So it's a very underwhelming Super Tandem. I would have loved for it to be something else, but it is what it is. At least it does give the boost to the types and classes that her captain actually boosts. They're not selectively picking one or the other. It does just boost all of them, but the multiplier is very low at level 5, and the additional effect of making the slots matching is just kind of underwhelming. But overall, I'm having a lot of fun with this unit. You know, good captain that can be used in a lot of content, great synergies with other really powerful units in the game. and having a unit that can provide you attack boost and conditional boosts for so many turns, as well as potentially being a chain boundary unit too. It is unfortunate that the Uta doesn't get access to a lot of good supports. That would really help her out as well. She only gets access to a very, very small amount of actually good ones. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with the generically released legend, because most of them that come out are kind of boring. This is a really fun one. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
野郎ども一人も死者を出すんじゃねえぞ